Hey guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all doing well. Super excited today. I'm always excited when it comes to aquascaping. But today we're setting up another aquascape. It's going to be in this 20-liter nano. So I'm just going to take you guys along with how I scape this aquarium. It's only 20 liters, but it's going to be a very detailed aquascape. So I can't wait to get started. Let's talk a little bit about the equipment. Starting with the aquarium. This is a glass full Opti-White from Green Aqua. It's their own brand. I bought this like a year ago, something like that. So this will be the second scape that I'll be doing in this aquarium. So it measures 36 centimeters from left to right. It's 26 centimeters high and only 22 centimeters deep. So only 20 liters. So the light is the Grey Aqua Nano S. I'm only going to be using this for the duration of the scaping, because I'm still using this light on the contest aquascape, which is right there. Can't show you guys. More on that aquascape in the future. So that's the aquarium and the light. I'm also going to be using some products from Dennerle that I want to show you guys. First off, we have the Dennerle Scapers soil. I've actually never used the Dennerle Scapers soil before, so yeah, very curious to test this out. And below the soil, I'm going to use a new product from Dennerle. This is the Deponitmix Black. So this is like a very nutritious substrate, but you can't use just this. You need to cover it with something. So that's why I'm using soil as well. So when I started aquascaping, I actually used a few Dennerle nano cubes, and they always came with a little bit of the Deponitmix already inside. So I always use that as my base fertilizer substrate. And I actually really like it because the plants were growing like crazy with that as well. But there was one downside, and the regular Deponitmix had like different colors. So it looks a little bit like gravel, and there was like light and brown and all different colors. So every time you would like remove a plant, you would always have these little particles of Deponitmix scattered over your soil. I didn't really like that, so that's why I stopped using it. So now they came out with a black version that is completely black. So when this mixes up with your soil, you don't really see it. So that's quite nice. Yeah, let's just try it out. For filtration, I'm going to use the Dennerle Scapers flow. This is a hang on the back filter, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit to make it just a regular canister filter. I'll show you that later. We're also going to be using plants from Dennerle. If you missed my plant unboxing video, I'll leave a link on the top of the screen. So all the products from Dennerle are sponsored. So thank you Dennerle for sponsoring this aquascape. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the hardscape for this aquascape, because actually the hardscape is already done. It's already finished. Matter of fact, I have it right here. Don't break, don't break, don't break. So the hardscape is already finished. I've been working on this for a couple of days. Like I said, I want to make quite a nice detailed layout in this aquarium. So I really want to take the time with the hardscape. It's a good thing to take your time with your hardscape, because the longer you work on it, usually the better it becomes. So we have a combination of black lava rock and scaper roots. This is a product from Sera, which I really like. It's like regular spiderwood, but a lot darker, almost black. Yeah, it goes really well together with the black lava rock. So I've actually glued everything together. The reason I did that, because it's such a small aquarium, I want to make sure that we have a solid structure, and when I'm doing maintenance I don't have to be afraid that I'm gonna bump into something and maybe destroy the layout. So that's why I've glued everything together. I did a little time lapse of how I made this aquascape. I took a lot of pictures, so I'll show you guys the time lapse right now. So everything is glued together with kitchen paper and super glue. It's a really easy method. You just take a little bit of kitchen paper and you wedge it in between the points that you want to connect. and you just drop a little bit of super glue on top of it. You wait a few seconds, and then the kitchen paper just becomes rock solid and binds everything together. But of course then you have all these white spots all over your hardscape. So what I do next is I put a little bit more super glue, and then I sprinkle on some crushed aqua soil. So that is a really simple and effective way to cover up all those white spots. And now you don't see anything anymore. So yeah, we should be able to pick this up and place it inside the aquarium without breaking it, hopefully. So let's do that right now. Alright, here we go. Hardscape finished. Easy peasy. Okay, so the hardscape is in. Now we can start working on our substrate. Let's start with the Deponitmix. It smells good. I'm just gonna pour it in a little jar. It almost looks like regular soil that you use for your houseplants. Let's start pouring it in. Start on the back. A bit over here as well. Let's take our brush. Okay, so they advise to spread about 1.5 to 3 centimeters high on the bottom of the aquarium, cover with aquarium gravel, and slowly fill up. Okay, so 1.5 to 3 centimeters of mixture. So yeah, we can use a little bit more. I'm using a lot of plants in this aquascape, so it's good to have a very nutrient-rich substrate. I also like to have a good substrate with a lot of nutrients, so then I can dose less liquid fertilizer. Okay, so now we have about 3 centimeters of Deponitmix in the back. I'm gonna have soil in the front as well, but actually yeah, let's put a little bit in the front as well. We're gonna have a lush carpet in the front, so a little extra nutrients wouldn't hurt. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, so the Deponitmix is now in. Let's top it off with the regular soil. So yeah, I'm using Dennerle Scapers soil. First time using this. So let me know in the comments, guys. Did you ever use Scapers soil, and what was your experience? Start in the front actually. I don't want to have too much soil in the front, just enough to be able to plant in a bit more. Let's start with this. But I do want to have a lot of soil in the back. Okay, so I've just spent a few minutes adjusting the soil and making sure that everything is good with the paintbrush. So we have a nice thin layer in the front, and in the back we have about 8 centimeters, I think. While I was doing it, the doorbell rang and the postman delivered a package. A package from Germany, and if I think I know what this is. And if I'm right, then we have the new light for this aquarium. But let's open it up later. So yeah, I think we're about ready for planting now. Okay, so time to start planting. I've actually already prepared all the plants. I was waiting for the batteries for the camera to charge, so I had plenty of time to do it. Yeah, I just prepare my plants like everybody else, you know, clean them up, divide them into portions, and we're good to go. So let's first give this soil a little bit of spray. Now I need to clean the glass, of course. Okay, so wiping the glass with a kitchen paper is already a big task. It's going to be fun maintaining this aquascape. So let's start planting. First plant to go in is Hemianthus callitrichoides Cuba. I like this small carpeting plant. Needs a bit of CO2 and some good light. It can grow very fast. Now the Hemianthus callitrichoides Cuba is not going to be the only carpeting plant. They always like to have a mixed carpet. I think that looks a little bit more natural. Marsilea hirsuta is a beautiful carpeting plant. There's a smaller version as well, the Marsilea crenata. It's even smaller than the hirsuta. I've actually never used crenata. This is a perfect carpeting plant for low-tech aquascapes as well, or aquascapes without CO2. Definitely one of the easiest carpeting plants there is. Okay guys, so the carpet is done now. Like I said, we have a mix of Hemianthus Cuba and Marsilea hirsuta. So it's going to be a nice mixed carpet. Now it's time to plant some, I will call it accent plants or detailed plants. So we have some small crypts, a few Bucephalandras, and a little bit of the Riccardia as well. So let's continue. When I'm planting epiphytes, I always just first move them around a little bit and see like, hey, where does this look good, you know? Just find their perfect position before actually like locking them in place and maybe even using super glue to put them in place. Because once you put the super glue, you know, there's no way back anymore. So this is the Bucephalandra Lamandau Mini red. This is one pot, and I think we actually need to split it up a little bit, just to make it smaller. So now we have 3 small clumps of Bucephalandra Lamandau Mini red. And now we have another bus. This is the Serimbu brown. So this one is in vitro, so of course it's a lot smaller. I'm not sure how big this one will grow. Yeah, we're just gonna place it strategically between the roots and the lava rock. So the next plant is Riccardia chamedryfolia. This is a beautiful liverwort, looks like moss, super green. It comes in these small patches, so just a drop of super glue, and then we can place them like on top of the lava rocks and a little bit on the wood as well. So let's do that. Alright guys, time to add our background plants. Well, what sort of background plants? On the left side here I have the Hemianthus glomeratus, also known as the baby tears. Gratiola viscidula. This is more actually like a mid-ground plant. And here we have the Myriophyllum Guyana. So we want to start planting the Hemianthus glomeratus, and then we'll see how much space we have left for the other two. Okay, so the next plant that I'm going to plant is the Myriophyllum Guyana. We don't have a whole lot of this, only got 1 pot. I should have actually got 2, but it's okay. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to cut this in half and plant both the bottom part with the roots as well as the top part. This way you can sort of get double your value from 1 pot, you know. So now we have the tops as well as the bottom part with the roots. Okay, so there's 1 plant left. That's the Gratiola viscidula. Now this one has been grown immersed, so it's actually quite big. But underwater they grow super small, like they don't grow much bigger than this. So we're just gonna cut off all the big tops and we're just gonna plant mostly the smaller plants as well as the roots, and eventually we'll transform to the immersed state and we'll grow a lot smaller and will look really good in this scape. Alright guys, so the planting is done. I have one more plant left, and that's the Hygrophila pinnatifida. I'm not sure if I should add this. It can grow quite big. It can grow quite big. If you trim it, you can actually keep it quite small as well. So I'm a little bit in between and not sure what I should do. So I think I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Let me know in the comments. Should I add pinnatifida or leave it as it is? So yeah, planting is done. I'm gonna move the aquarium back to its spot on the shelf. I'm gonna start filling it up with water, and then let's talk about the rest of the technique: the light, the filter, and the CO2. Okay, so the aquarium is now slowly filling up. Gives us a little bit of time to talk about the rest of the equipment, the filter, light, and CO2. Let's start with the light, because this package has been staring at me for the past hour. Let's open it up. We got some nice Haribo. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, so here we have the Aquagrow UNIQ NANO. So Aquagrow is a German company that is run by Moritz. And Moritz is actually a German aquascaper as well. So yeah, he's just an aquascaper that started making LED lights. I've been following him for a very long time. And the LED lights that he's making are really some of the highest quality. So now they also made a nano LED. And he just wanted to give this to me as a present. He said he's been following me for a long time as well, and he really likes what I'm doing. So this is a present for Moritz. So Moritz, if you're watching, thank you very much, I really appreciate it. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I really like the packaging, the black with the blue letters. I think this might actually be the first UNIQ NANO in the Netherlands. Okay, so here it is. From the first view, it looks a lot like the ONF Flat Nano and the Chihiro C2. Yeah, I really like those lights, so this is really cool. Okay, so I want to read a little bit the specs of this light, but the whole manual is in German and my German is not so good. So I'm just going to put this to the side. I'm going to install it later when the aquarium is full, and then we'll take another look at it. Okay, so that was the light. Let's talk about the filter. So I'm going to be using the Dennerle Scapers flow. Normally this is a hang on the back filter. I don't have space behind the aquarium to use it as a hang on the back. So I'm just going to use it as a regular external filter. I'm going to take some clear filter tubes that will attach to both the inlet and the outlet and put it below the aquarium and see how that works. Okay, and then the CO2 system. If you've been following me for a long time, you know I like DOI CO2. So this is just a very simple setup. It's just a 1.5 liter bottle. There's some sugar with gelatin on the bottom. Some lukewarm water with yeast. That just goes through a tube straight to the diffuser. I don't have a check valve. I don't have a there's no timer on here. It's just a bottle with a diffuser. And this works for about 5 to 6 weeks. So I think the aquarium is almost filled up, so let's put all this in place. you.